I used to rush a lot as a kid. I wanted to be grown, and not in that way, but grown in the sense that I wanted to be able to be able to stay up. I wanted to be able to drive. I wanted to be able to sit in the front seat. I personally wasn't allowed to sit in like the passenger seat because I wasn't big enough, and I wanted to be big enough to reach that goal. And TVY7, and I wasn't 7 years old yet, so I couldn't watch that, or PG-13 movies or rated R movies. I wanted to be cool enough to do that. And when you're younger, you're kind of rushing to get older and get older and get older. But the middle part is the best part. The beginning is cool because you're starting something new. And the end goal is cool if it's just a goal and not just the end all be all. I think a lot of us, or even me, I get caught up in trying to reach the end goal versus enjoying where I am and then continuing the process, enjoying that it's difficult, enjoying that there are the hurdles, because towards the end of it, it's over. I can only imagine things like a movie, for example, where you're in the middle of the movie. You probably got 50 minutes worth of screen time left in the movie, and right as you're at the end of it, you had such a good time the whole time. The beginning of the movie, you're trying to figure out what's going on, who are these characters, why are they important, and everything of that nature, and who are these new people. And once they're all introduced and all the pieces fall together, that's where the middle part is the best part. Beyond the peak or the climax, the journey up to the climax is the most important part to me. Even the middle part, which is the climax, is the most important part as well, because it kind of culminates everything that happened in the beginning and what would be the end essentially after this climax. And I think if you slow yourself down and give yourself the grace that you deserve, which is being able to see what life actually has for you, in the midst of life, you're not at the end of your life wondering what if, or why didn't I slow down? I wish I had more time. Time is honestly, technically, the enemy of life in its own way, because towards the end of it, you wish you had more. But if you'd had more, would you be doing more? Would you have been doing more? Would you have been doing more to be spending more time with your family, with your friends, with your wife, with your kids, and everything of that nature? For me, I don't have kids yet, but would I be spending more time with my kids? Would I be sustaining that relationship to make sure that, I'm enjoying them being 1, 2, 3 years old, so that when they're like 5, and then they're going to middle school, and then they go into high school, and then they go into college, and then now they're married, and then they're off. And it's like, I remember when you were 1. Those are the middle part is the most important part. Obviously the birth is beautiful, but the middle part, those hard times when the baby, baby uses itself on himself, even if it's trying to get potty trained and everything of that nature, those are the most important, precious parts. And when we get caught up on social media, we get caught up in life, trying to work and trying to get to the next level of whatever it is. You kind of just miss out on what the key themes are in your life. I think for me, I kind of just got used to a rhythm. I got used to routine, and I think something snapped in me fairly recent. Nothing traumatic happened, but I think working out, I've been taking creatine and such, so that kind of like has really unfogged my mind fairly recently. And it's really put into perspective how much time I'm putting into, for example, my wife, putting into my pup, my dog, my home, and not like I wasn't doing so, but taking more time to actually analyze and be around uh, the people I want to be around. And I love playing the game, playing video games. The video games are still cool. They're still good for leisure. But I think I got to a certain point where I think I just needed to extend the middle, so that my life didn't flash past and all I did was play the game. So that's all I have for today. Y'all have a blessed one and peace.